Well, I mean, the Venezuelan government is in the running for the most incompetent government of the 21st century. So I'm not surprised their project didn't pan out.
Yeah. I mean, when I was young, I used to think Venezuela, wow, what a place that Hugo Chavez, he was trying to help the people by nationalizing the oil and, trying to create hospitals and stuff. But as you become more mature and you finish high school, you actually start to realize that socialism doesn't really tend to work very well for most people. And the problem with socialism is it's a centralized system, and it's normally one person or a very small group of people that make a lot of the decisions. And that's what's great about cryptocurrencies, the fact that it's decentralized, that collectively people have control rather than individuals.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, well, socialism, it always works good short term, like 5 to 10 years. You print a lot of money and you use the reserves that were built up through capitalism, and all of a sudden you run out of money and wonder what happens. All the story in the book.
There's a great YouTube video by a comedian, an English comedian called Alistair Williams, and it's called An Idiot's Guide to History, and he talks about how the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia and how it started, and how communism spread in Russia, and how it actually affected the economy. And he said he was only going to do like a 20-minute part on it, and he ended up rambling for about an hour and a half. But he did study it at length during his bachelor's degree, so he knows a lot of stuff about this subject. And it's just so sad to see how destructive it is when you've got centralized decision making, because they can never see the full economy. They can't even see the full scale of what's happening. And the sad thing is, in the last days of the Soviet Union, they used to just copy the prices from magazines in the United States. I think you had like catalogs where you could like look up stuff and order stuff, mail order catalogs in the United States.
Yeah.
Well, the Russian government just ended up copying the prices.
Yeah. Well, it's a funny thing. I heard, God, I can't even, maybe it was Gorbachev, one of the Russian old USSR premiers came to the US, and they kind of gave him a tour. And apparently he went into a grocery store and like he was blown away, and he thought the U.S. government like made like an amazing grocery store to kind of for propaganda purposes. So they made him like drive to like they made the driver go to like 4 different grocery stores to make sure it wasn't like fake, because he couldn't believe like the amount of selection and how much there was in the grocery store. He was just shocked. So I thought that's a kind of a funny little side note.